Why is the incoming president of the United States selling cologne or shoes or NFTs or Bibles?
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play
I hate this place.
this face, the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Uh-oh, I started the timer late. Do we wait for it to go off? We go ahead? Wait, I don't know what to do. Panic.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Oh, welcome everybody. How's it going? I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. It's a Sunday, so you know what that means. Sunday is Sunday. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. Like I said, Cold Beer Confessional. How was your guys' Sunday? What's going on? I saw Syria is. Oh, that's what we need to watch. Ryan Macbeth did a. So I haven't been keeping up with Syria the way I should. But Ryan Macbeth did a Syria breakdown, so let's do that first. It's like a 30,000 foot view, but still, it'll help people who are like, what the fuck's going on in Syria? So, Syria explained in 14 minutes. Here we go.
What is going on in Syria and why are the rebels advancing so fast? So I have to start by saying that the situation in Syria is really fluid, but if you want to focus on the situation, we have to focus on the four quadrants of...
The only people I feel sorry for in this whole situation is one, the civilians, two, the Kurds. The Kurds get fucked all the time, and man, did they fucking help us, right? Did they help us in fucking Iraq, everywhere, right? Anytime we're in the Middle East, the Kurdish people help us, and we just leave them to get fucked all the time.
Of the problem. Those quadrants are Assad, Russia, Iran, and Turkey. So when you think of Syria, it's best to think of these four corners, each of which is kind of pulling on Syria to try to gain influence. Now, this is a very high-level overview. I know I'm going to get the whole, well, what about? Just stop, all right? Detroit Lions are 12-1 right now. You're lucky Americans are even watching this YouTube video, okay? So high-level overview, guys, 30,000 foot view. Now, a couple of things. My background might look a little different right now. I'm in a hotel room in Dallas. I'm down in Texas helping the Aeromed Labs drone test facility get up and running. We just leased some land to do testing on. In fact, we have a new drone that we should get in next week or so. So if you're a software engineer, take our career page. We have 2 C#, and I think there's going to be a CUDA job posted soon if you're a CUDA programmer. But you have to work on site because you're going to be interfacing with the actual drone. And if you're interested in investing, WeFunder, our WeFunder page is up as well.
That drone project's going to be cool. I thought it was going to use like, so basically there's no human interface that makes a route for that drone. It basically takes all available data and uses an AI model for the best way to get to the soldier. And they're not weapons platforms. They'll never be weapons platforms. It's strictly humanitarian. It's mostly blood supply, but they can also do like med kits and maybe even food or water or whatever. But it uses an AI to find the best way to get to the location once it has the data.
So let's go to the first quadrant, which is Assad. And by the way, for those of you who don't Kalam know Arabic, Assad means the lion or just lion. And Assad, his family, and most of the high-ranking military, police, and secret police in Syria are from, it's not exactly a tribe, but it's like this ethno-religious group called the Alawites. And this is like a branch of Islam, although they kind of have their own thing going on, like they drink alcohol.
They fucking party. Not only do they drink alcohol, they fucking party.
If you compare Islam to Christianity, the Sunnis would be like the Catholics. The Shia are like Protestants, and the Alawites are like Unitarian Universalists, right? Alawites draw from multiple traditions and emphasize their own interpretation of religious truths. So for like 30 years or so, Syria was run by this Alawite man, Hafez al-Assad. His eldest son, Basil al-Assad, was kind of being groomed for leadership. Now, his younger son, Bashar, was never really interested in politics, and eventually he started to become a doctor. He did his national military service in Syria as an army doctor, and then he left for London to do his residency in ophthalmology. Now,
so he did a residency and shit in London.
Older brother dies in a car crash, and Bashar's father calls Bashar home to get him prepared to rule Syria. Bashar
worked in London, studied in London, is a doctor. Like he's not some guy like shitting off the back of a camel. Like he's a trained doctor and he worked and did residency and shit in London.
Comes home and he does a couple of things. First, he takes over as the commander of the Syrian occupation of Lebanon. Second, he starts to wage like this anti-corruption campaign. And the people who are corrupt all just happen to be people who have enough power to oppose Bashar al-Assad for the president.
Right. So he calls it an anti-corruption campaign. But he goes after anybody that could stand up to him one day and taking the throne, right, to being in charge. So he says we're cleaning up all this corruption in our country, but it's really anybody that could be a political enemy to him.
Presidency. Like, funny how that worked out. Now, by the way, Bashar al-Assad is also the guy who brought the internet to Syria. So, initially people thought, oh, this guy's going to be great. He's going to be a reformer.
Yes. So he originally brought the internet to Syria, and a lot of people were talking about how, he was he lived in London. They're already part of this group that allows alcohol and partying and shit like that. He brought the internet to Syria, like the open internet where you could search anything to Syria. A lot of people thought that he was going to come in and be less traditional, right? That he was going to break free of some of the traditional roles, which he's not. It's not like super religious tradition. Instead, it's just like an iron grip dictatorship.
So Assad dies, and there's some legal trickery, because technically Bashar wasn't old enough to become president, so they were able to lower the age in their constitution to 34, which just happens to be Bashar al-Assad's age.
Which was weird to begin with. His dad dies. His son was supposed to take over. His brother. His brother was supposed to take over. He died in a car wreck. Okay, so he calls his son back home from London. He takes over the army and does a fucking anti-corruption campaign, gets rid of all his political opponents. His dad passes away. He's not old enough to be president yet. So they just change the fucking rules. And they're like, okay.
Age, he's elected in July of 2000, actually, with 97% of the vote. So the Syrian people...
97% of the vote. When we hear numbers like this, 97... You can't take a group of 10 people and get 9 of them to say that vanilla ice cream is all right. You know what I'm saying?
People think they have a reformer, so they start protesting, demanding more reforms. And Bashar al-Assad just starts throwing these dudes in jail. And we find out...
So the reformers come out of when he gets in power, he's young, right? He's from London. He brought the internet to Syria. People think that he's going to be a reformer. So all these people that are for reform and like moving into the 21st century come forward, but it's a trap. He just yeets all of them in fucking prison or has them executed.
Yeah, this geeky ophthalmologist is actually Dexter. Now, Arab Spring happens in 2011.
So he compares him to Dexter. He's an ophthalmologist, right? People think like he's a nerd, he's a geek, he's probably a reformist. He's not interested in politics. If you're not interested in politics, a lot of people would think that you wouldn't become a dictator, right? Yeah, the world was very hopeful about it. Turns out, no, he's just brutal to his enemies, crush any of them, and rules with an iron fist.
And this was a time where there were a lot of protests in the Arab world about their living conditions. And Assad put down...
This was the Arab Spring. So we know the Arab Spring, it was revolution around the Arab world.
His protests brutally. Some of his military officers actually defected and they became part of the opposition. If you ever hear of a faction called Free Syrian Army, that's basically them. It's basically
because he was so brutal to the people, because the way he put down these protests and had the leaders killed and imprisoned and executed, all that shit, some of his military generals defected and started the Free Syrian Army.
Former military officers and soldiers who
the rebels
fight against Assad. And right now, I don't know how accurate this map is, but I am making this on Saturday, December 7th, 2024. But as of right now, most of Assad's forces are in full collapse. And rebel forces are like yeeting themselves down the M5 highway. And ultimately, this highway has one destination. That's Damascus. Now,
I don't know why he's still there. Like, reports are coming in, he's still in the country. He should fucking leave or die.
In the next quadrant, you have Russia. Russia has been a Syrian ally since the Cold War, and Russia supplied a lot of arms to Syria. Russian planes were used to help bomb targets in the Syrian city of Aleppo so that Assad's forces could take that city. And this is
Russia's last ally in the area, right? This is their last ally, and that's because they gave them military support. They got 2 bases there. They got a naval intelligence base. They got an airfield, both in Syria. But it's their last ally, the last place where they're going to be able to put bases on the Mediterranean Sea.
Is a very critical city because the M4 and M5 highways run right through that city. Now, Russia also has two main bases in Syria. It has a naval base and a logistical base at Tartus, and there's an air base at Basel al-Assad International Airport. So why are these bases important to Russia? Well, the naval base is basically Russia's only presence in the Mediterranean Sea. Without Syria, Russia is fresh out of friends in the region. So they need to maintain this naval base, although there are reports that they might be evacuating it. Now, the air base was mainly used to support Assad in the bombing campaigns, either against the rebels.
Oh, he might be. I don't know. Last time I looked, they still thought he was in the country.
Or against Daesh, which is often called ISIS. And Daesh appeared in like 2014 to take advantage of the power vacuum in Syria.
That's going to be the only place he's got to go, and he better pull out with Russia's pulling their military, so he better pull out with them. Which Russia should have pulled the military sooner. They probably need it in Ukraine.
With the Syrian government fighting the rebels, that's when ISIS, or as I like to call them, Daesh, started building up and taking territory. Now again,
I don't think Russia has the firepower, manpower, or strength. I think this collapse is coming because he has no Russian support right now. All Russian assets are fucking tied up in Ukraine.
I don't know how accurate this map is, but the rebels are about to cut Russia off from the rest of the country. Not that big of a problem if you're just bombing, but it's a lot harder to evacuate citizens if you can't use charter buses. And you have to rely on aircraft or helicopters that you really want to be packing up to transport back to Russia because you kind of need them. Now, know that this war in Syria is more of a headache for Russia than an advantage for Russia. It used to be an advantage. Back before the war in Ukraine, Syria could be used to farm XP for Russian pilots and special forces. Now that those aircraft and parts are...
So a lot of places, including Hezbollah, Iran, Russia, were basically getting seat time for their soldiers in Syria, right? That's a play. There's nothing that solidifies a war fighter like going to war. You can train all you want. You can go to the field all you want. You can set up these really realistic simulations. None of it's like going to war. So the same way we talked about, if Russia stops the fight in Ukraine and brings all those soldiers home, and they're well-trained, they're battle-hardened, they're young, and they're without fucking jobs, housing, food, any type of steady income, they'll probably have a revolution on their hand. It's the same thing when you want your soldiers to be able to fight a war. You can send them to places where they can fight a fucking war.
Are needed in Russia to fight the war in Ukraine. I think we're going to see Russia start packing this stuff up and try to get as much stuff the heck out of Syria as they can before the rebels close in on their bases. Some stuff will get left behind, and we're going to get pictures that are similar to the U.S. pullout in Afghanistan. War is hard. Now, in the next quadrant, we have Iran. Iran's main goal in Syria is twofold. The first is that it's a way for its IRGC, or Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, to farm XP fighting rebels or fighting Daesh.
So Iran's doing the same thing. Russia and Iran are both fucking training their soldiers, giving them real-life war-fighting experience in Syria.
Second is that southern Syria provides a conduit for weapons to get to Hezbollah in northern Lebanon. The weapons go from Iran
That's also the main way that they pass the weapons on to Hezbollah.
Through militia-controlled Iraq, through Syria, into Lebanon, and then Hezbollah takes those weapons and they fire them at Israel. Now note that Hezbollah has honest-to-God special forces operators that are fighting Daesh, or were fighting Daesh in Syria, and they were farming XP for their fight against Israel.
So Hezbollah soldiers are also training in Syria, getting repetitions, getting seat time, getting to use their weapon systems, getting comfortable with being in a war.
Now, also note that there are some reports that Iran is evacuating their personnel from Syria because they see the writing on the wall that Syria is going down. Finally, we have Turkey. Now, Prime Minister Erdogan is kind of like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. He's doing what's best for Turkey and kind of manipulating the system so that at the end of the conflict, Turkey is the major winner. A couple of reasons for that. There is this ethnic group called the Kurds, and they are basically a stateless people. And they live like in this crossroads of Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. And if you didn't think the Arabs could hate anyone more than the Jews, the Kurds were like, hold my yogurt. In fact, I think that many of the reasons the Arabs hate the Kurds so much is that after the state of Israel was formed, all the Jews who were living in the Arab world kind of left for Israel, and the Arab states were like, man, who can we hate now? Kurds! You know, like, and the Kurds were just an easy target. It probably didn't help that many of them wanted their own homeland, or at least wanted this, you know, kind of blows your mind here. Like, they just want to be recognized as human beings, right? And just have a right to exist. Now, the Kurds are a major U.S. ally, and the U.S. has been funding Kurdish rebel groups in Syria. But Turkey has occasionally dealt with Kurdish uprisings during its history, most recently the PKK, or Kurdish Workers' Party. So Turkey has funded groups like the Syrian National Army, which don't confuse with the Syrian Army, which is controlled by Assad, or the Free Syrian Army, which is composed of rebel secular officers. I know this really gets to life with Brian here.
Judean People's Front. The People's Front of Judea.
But the Syrian National Army, which is supported by Turkey, they fought loyalist Assad forces and they fought Kurdish militia groups. So you have anti-Assad forces fighting other anti-Assad forces. Now, last week I put out an infographic that explained the major factions, and I can't get to them all because there's like 70 different factions. There's pro-Assad and anti-Assad. If you just kind of want to split it up into a main group, that's it. Pro-Assad, anti-Assad. Pro-Assad is Russia, Iran, Hezbollah. Anti-Assad are the Kurdish forces, the Islamist forces, and the secular forces made up of remnants of the Syrian army who have defected to the rebels. If you really want a good explanation of that stuff, go to Preston Stewart's channel. He's fantastic with it. Just 2 weeks ago, Islamist anti-Assad forces took control of Aleppo, and now the rebels they kept moving south. Now they're 84 miles from Damascus. And I can think of 3 reasons of why this happened, or so quickly, or it might be a combination of all 3 reasons. The first reason is that Russia they might not have the money or the troops to prop up Bashar al-Assad anymore. The second reason is that the attack on Aleppo started after a ceasefire was signed between Israel and Hezbollah. Hezbollah may have been attrited so much that they just don't have the forces they need to help prop up Bashar al-Assad to help fight Daesh, and they're kind of concentrating on licking their own wounds and regaining power. And the third thing, and I think this is actually most likely, it's that there's going to be a new president on January 20th. And there's always that chance that he's just going to stop aid to the Kurds like that. So I think it could be a situation.
Yeah, there's a big chance. He's left them high and dry multiple times.
Where Turkey is kind of prodding these Islamist forces.
And people would say, who cares? We got to take care of people here first. Where the fuck are they taking care of people here?
Capture as much territory from pro-Assad forces as possible so that if the weapons to the Kurdish forces are cut off, they'll actually be in a better place to stop fighting Assad, turn north, and start fighting the Kurds. At this point, supposedly Bashar al-Assad's family has evacuated and fled to Russia. From what I know, Assad is still in Syria. Unless there's some miracle, the days are numbered for this dude. Now, the State Department estimates Assad's personal fortune to be between $1 and $2 billion. So honestly, I don't know why that dude isn't on a tropical island somewhere making P. Diddy look like he was Amish, right? So that's what I would do. I would sit on an island and just make fun of Johnny Harris for the rest of my life. But Assad will probably leave the country soon because if he doesn't, he's going to end up like Gaddafi. Now, people have asked me, who should I root for? Root for the civilians. Root for the displaced, so perhaps they can come back home. Ultimately, it's the civilians that always suffer in conflicts like this. So keep the civilians in mind. That's who you should be rooting for, the civilians. And hey, if you want to support the channel, grab the Wind Machine from Amazon. It's a story about a hedge fund manager whose AI supercomputer discovers a potential limited nuclear exchange with China.
Ron McBeth's got a book coming out.
That information. What is
or has a book out?
Door. An audiobook for my Marine fans is finished. It's going to be on Audible. I'm just working on approval, so keep checking. And thank you guys so much for watching. I got to go do Aeromed Lab stuff now.
Oh no, 'tis the office Christmas party, and I have nothing to wear.
Hey kid, what's going on?
Think tank!
Office Christmas parties can be tough, but a Christmas sweater from Bunker Branding can make it.
Check out Ron McBeth's stuff at bunkerbranding.com if you want to check it out. Thank you, Ron McBeth, and the overview of Syria. We got some hard-hitting journalism coming out of Florida. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but they don't just make investigative journalists like they used to. And every once in a while, you have one that breaks the molds. I'm talking like a Dan Rather, okay? Like a Walter Cronkite, like a pathetic patriot.
I am live currently, guys, because I want to ask one question. I've already posted this on my Facebook, on the TikTok, and I wanted to present it here where all y'all be staying at. Here's the product. Monkey shoulder. There's a bunch of them. Some people have decided that this is racist, so let's ask some real people. Gentlemen, hello. What do you happen to think of this product?
He found 2 brown people, and they think they're on a legit, real YouTube channel. They even ask him, like, what's your channel? What are we going to be on? Well, you're liable to get 12 views.
Monkey shoulder is the name. It has a banana as a flask. Do you personally find this to be offensive and or racist?
No, not at all.
I don't see any correlation with
not at
anything other than alcohol.
I mean, I didn't personally, like, I didn't see it, I didn't get it until somebody said something to me. But you'd see this and you're like, fine, cool, yeah. Right?
That's the theme they're going with. Monkey.
I mean, I get.
By the way, monkey's shoulder is named after an injury, okay? So it says, before mechanization, malt men had the back-breaking task of hand-turning germinating barley on the malt house floor, lifting it with a wooden-style shovel called a shield and throwing it over their shoulder to turn the grain and spread it to stop the growing roots from becoming matted and ensure even germination. This repetitive and arduous task often resulted in a muscle injury that caused their arm to hang lower, whichever their dominant arm was, hang lower, a bit like a monkey's. So it was nicknamed monkey shoulder. It was an illness that people had from making alcohol.
Yes. So my coworker and I, we looked into it, and the founder, the owner, is this super Irish white dude. Still, it's all good, right? It's just I think maybe the implication that it is almost makes it into that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, okay. Thank you for answering this question. Appreciate y'all. All right.
Hey, what's your channel? Let me subscribe.
It's up.
Hey, what's your channel? Let me subscribe.
Progressive Patriot. If you just type that, I'm the first thing to
Progressive Patriot.
Yeah, I'm the first thing to pop up. You'll see I've been there for, I've been on since like 2008.
Ooh.
But yeah, man, if you do anything.
All 12 views since 2008.
For sure, appreciate you. If you ever want to do a collaboration or promote anything, just hit me up through there.
Hey, if you want to do a collaboration or you got something you want to get out to the masses, you want to promote something, I do ads, ad reads, I do product demonstrations, I can unbox this monkey shoulder, I do whatever you need, bro. If you need something done on YouTube, hit me up there.
If you just type that, I'm the first thing to yeah, I'm the first thing to pop up. You'll see I've been there for, I've been on since like 2008. But yeah, man, if you do anything.
What is Eli? What is this whole situation? Shave this, grow it out, do something. What is this? It looks like it should have a belly button in the middle of it. Do something, bro. You look rough.
For sure, appreciate you. If you ever want to do a collaboration or promote anything, just
if you guys want to do a collaboration, you guys want to promote anything, you want to do a collaboration. Why does he say it like that?
2008. But yeah, man, if you do anything, for sure, appreciate you. If you ever want to do a collaboration or promote anything, just hit me up through there. All right, take care, gentlemen. You too. Thank you. Now there you have it, some real-time news. Real people do not find this to be hateful or racist. I'm going to continue to test this theory. And by the way, pay no mind to the diddler in the comments. What's up, Diddy? 6 Eric and Diddy boy.
So there's somebody trolling him that says, how's your mother? He works a 9 to 5. Broke boy. Where's mommy?
Keep your kids away from him. Seriously. I mean it.
He is getting a gobbler. He's getting a turkey neck there.
2518.
Oh no, that's no joke either.
2518.
He's got pictures of children.
So then he just claims someone in his chat's a pedophile. If you guys ever want to do a collaboration, want to promote anything, just hit me up through my YouTube channel. You'll see it. This video will probably have 15, 16 views by tomorrow. I'm ready to do a collaboration. Wow. Get cooked. This is the guy he was just talking about.
All right, I'm
the 6 Arakan.
doing something I don't normally do, which is pre-record. Forgive any of the AC background. I usually go live, but this is a message I wanted to think about and upload as I make a turn here. Surely this seems irresponsible. All right, so I've been watching a lot of different streamers. I'm quite the consumer on YouTube.
Is that his whole? Does his face just start as Adam's apple? This is not a flattering. This isn't flattering. I mean, I got a beard that hides mine, but this is not a flattering view for anybody, dude.
Not really active on this channel much per se, as family is the #1 focus point for myself and tending to their needs and survival. This is dedicated to a asshole named Six Arakin. I loathe even saying your name out loud. I've watched what you've done to this other person who's done nothing but try to be a streamer. One of the many streamers that you have created with your toxicity. The way you fuel people and inner hatred. The way you trigger people and become and remain this character that you were.
I don't know nothing about this Six Arakin. I don't know who it is. I know I've heard him talk about it a couple of times, that they were trolling him, and he was covering lol cows one day, not even realizing he is a lol cow.
Your mask to keep some level of anonymity is pathetic. As you goad and bully everybody, your channel hate watches you. You have
yeah, he lost his girlfriend to a guy with a Siamese twin on his forehead.
Lasers, and this one person who's done nothing different than all the rest, OCD gamer, him and his doing their due diligence because you have doxed his family. You've doxed his family and him. You couldn't even keep it between the two of you. With all of your great power and influence and narcissism, that's what you decided to do after trying to absolutely abuse the copyright system. You take out an innocent channel who is finding some success by doing nothing more than using your own toxic streamings and clipping them up. And he garnished himself a following. One of many followings that are anti-Six Arakin. And now you hear that Charlie, Penguins, Moist Critical, he knows about you, he's probably gonna do a video about you, and you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit followings that are anti-Six Arakin. And now you hear that Charlie, Penguins, Moist Critical, he knows about you, he's probably gonna do a video about you, and you're a piece of shit.
Oh no.
You're a piece of shit with any influence that you think you have, all the flexing you've done. You literally went into Charlie's chat, donated to him, and told him subscribers don't matter in the grand scheme, but you always talk about as if they were your world, about your subs and your flexing and your connections. You're a bad boy, a real bad boy, Six Arakin, but now you're scared and you've screwed up. And, well, you've flown too close to the sun now, and I hope you get taken down, you get everything that's coming to you. Just
oh no. Don't get him.
Down the life of OCD game.
Grimace? He does kind of look like Grimace.
And now YouTube is onto your game. You will be taken out. You will be canceled.
Oh, thank you, number 2.
Subscribed for 13 months.
Thank you for the resubscription.
You'll have to get a Kick account or a Rumble stream and do your best there, because I think all of the platforms you have utilized, you've been banned on TikTok for the hate speech that you pretend isn't even your own. It is you, Six Arakin. You're a complete piece of crap, and everybody that sees you, whether they're on your side or not, knows for a fact that that is.
By the way, he's usually wrong about who's trolling him. He's almost always wrong about who's trolling him. Almost every time I've ever seen him call somebody out, it was a different person.
Is what you are and all you have ever been, as far as you've shown the world. With everything that you can do with a platform, you've never used it to spread an ounce of positivity. Every single stream of yours is just you smoking your own pole, talking about how great you are, feeding that hatred, fueling it to e-beg, and to create people that hate you so much that they want to kick your ass on a video game and watch you rage out and break your camera. So I just thrown in my support to an innocent YouTuber who I hope has all the success that is due to him for the effort he has put into his channel and to streaming. It's fair game. And
his head looks so big, but those glasses look like they're adult size and too big for his head. So maybe he's just small. Maybe he's got a small head.
I hope Six Arakin, you've just been, out of all of the streamers I watch, Low Tier God, and Wings of Redemption, that one I'm a little 50-50 on, but Six Arakin, you are shit. You are the bottom of the barrel. Shit. And I am looking forward to the day, to breaking my sobriety and popping a glass of champagne to watch your fall, and celebrate with OCD Gamer, Kid Panda, and the Chicken Clan. Sorry, I watch all of you guys, and I'm a fan of your work. Thank you for giving me some entertainment before I open any door to go and work my simple 9 to 5, or in this case, 2 in the morning. So that's it, Six Arakin, you're a piece of shit. You're gonna get exposed. Everything that's been leaked from your Discord, I'm looking forward to see how you spin it. I know you haven't been on YouTube today, but your day is coming. Your day is coming, and we're all gonna have a grand old party atop of your grave. You sick, pathetic piece of crap.
Yeah.
You could have done something. You could have done anything, but instead, your ego took over everything.
You could have been an astronaut cowboy.
And now into the toxicity, you fall. And unlike some of the greatest villains that come back out and become...
That's true. He's a cashier at a liquor store.
...something else, you will remain in that sludge. as we watch you on a daily, just because it's fun to watch the trash get taken out. OCD Gamer, all the success to you.
All right, let's see. Let's see what this guy's all about. 6,000 subscribers. The 6 arrogant. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see what he's doing. Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Looks like we're playing a video game. Oh, is that the new Mortal Kombat, isn't it? Somebody already said he deleted yesterday's stream because he got exposed.
Oh, what's up, guys?
He showed a cow giving birth on TikTok.
Just started. I've just been out all day Christmas shopping. You know, everyone's leaving.
Ooh, he's a British villain.
Breaking up for the holidays, and just probably spent about 300 quid on food, and no one even bought the Christmas dinner yet. So yeah, I spent a lot today still. Someone said, "Where are you from, bro?" Where do I sound like I'm from? At the airport watching you. What's going on, Mark? Shout out to you, bro. How was the fights? I've done a bet. I got 2 bets in an accumulator. Right.
I mean, it's a 4.5-hour stream. He could do some insidious shit, but I don't know if we're gonna catch it.
5-hour car ride, too much traffic. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
My ancestors say that.
Right.
Person.
To be honest, today. TikTok? Where do I have 15 viewers? What platform do I have 15 viewers on? Fucking Facebook? Imagine I was streaming on Facebook. Yeah, maybe. Hey, 6, I'll donate $1K if you spar me in London. 3-minute rounds. Send me the 1K, I'll come meet you anywhere. But what, is it recorded? If we're recording it, then no. If it's a private thing, then yeah, I'll come whoop your ass. Just send me my money. Plain and simple. What platform did I have 98 people on? Guys, do you guys have any idea how many people see my name and click on it? A lot. 15 viewers on Twitch? There's not 15 viewers on Twitch, guys. 15 people on Twitch. Yeah, game over. Game over. Give up. I might as well give up. Yo, I wonder how December's gonna go. Because I made a lot of money this week. It's sad. Crazy. I don't get mad.
This is actually the worst. Well, we're coming up on the worst time for streamers. So all the way through the holidays, because people are spending money, right? All the way through the holidays, and then all the way until about April, man. Ad revenue goes down, donations go down. Sometimes it's good, like around Christmas, if people want to be like, "Hey, Merry Christmas! Here's some money." But like before that and after that, all the way until like April, ad revenue comes back, and then donations come back.
Anyway, sometimes I get infuriated with, you know, you should.
We're gonna see about that.
2,010 minutes. I mean, I used to have numbers like that, but hopefully people wake up and realize, stop watching these streamers. They're just robbing you. Shout out my boy Mark with my 5 gifted subs. Shout out to you, bro. Mark, fucking UFC bums. Last kicked by Kamaru Usman out of his prime. The guy that.
I want to see him do something crazy. What's going on? What are all the comments about you being a diddler? Uh-oh. Is he going to address that?
My man, my chat on Twitch said yes, so let's do it.
Hold on.
Boys, there's the DM for you guys. Because I appreciate you guys.
I'm going to type.
For you guys.
Don't say my name.
We'll see if he gets back to us in a little bit.
Guys, I typed in.
What do you guys think, boys? Where should we go gamble first today? We got some NFL, we got some sports betting we could be doing. We got, blackjack, roulette, baccarat. We know some of the dealers are pretty cute.
Why is Mark in the chat?
UFC, like against all kids, they were trying to ride you up against it, and then you get. Themba tried to ride my wave. He tried to ride The Rock's wave, but really he just rode the wave right.
I don't know what's going on.
Temple of Katara.
I guess he's interacting with another Twitch streamer.
I don't want these guys. They just leech off of me. They just leech off of they're just leeches.
Trained yapper.
I'm a trained yapper.
You are not ready.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna play stream with Dr. I'll pay him $1,000. Well, I'm not that rich. Well, I got.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I wonder how he got. I wonder how Eli.
Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. It's gonna work out.
I think Eli said he talks kind of graphic to young teens while playing Call of Duty. I mean, when I was in a Call of Duty lobby, I said some horrible shit. Like if it's like shit talking, it's one thing. If it's like trying to pick up children, that's another thing.
Oh.
Brother, I got bread, man.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're broke. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you're 110 bucks. Barely afford a pizza in London.
The money works. Why is London? Why is it that expensive?
Don't worry. What? You a black guy or a white guy?
Me? I'm whiter than the snow on the ground.
Of course you are.
Come on.
So, a concentrating app. Scroll down. All you have to do is swipe away. Swipe away from this shit. Hello. Hello.
This sounds kind of like a.
Anyone else wants to talk shit? Talk shit. TikTok, just shut the fuck up. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. TikTok, you guys just shut up. Just shut the front door. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Leave. Isn't TikTok a concentrating app? Scroll down. All you have to do is swipe the fuck up. You guys have no.
Ooh, what's going on? I wonder.
they told me to fight, and I'm not dealing with that guy no more unless I get about 10 gifted subs.
Let's go type his name in on TikTok and see what's going on there.
Sleep tonight, then you should skip this. For the rest of us who like scaring the shit.
Has anybody's made videos on him, not his videos, but has anybody made videos on him? Having a full-on meltdown.
Front-facing baby. 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 Front-facing.
This looks like he just lost the game, maybe.
Unlimited microwave EY. And 900 and W Nick.
This is business. This is what.
I don't know what Eli is talking about. Like, he just seems like a streamer, right? Gideon exposes him. Let's see.
They're gonna find it. You're gonna get mass reported, and allegedly from you, it's all gonna be because of a lie. Right. That's fine. Okay, if that's fine to you, I mean, like, I mean, I'm cool, I'm chilling, but that's crazy that's fine for you.
And no.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 6
I don't even know what this is.
Money, whatever Moist Critical puts out there, doesn't affect me. I go to work like.
All right, so they're talking about Moist Critical, but this is back in October. They're talking about Moist Critical possibly doing a video, but this is back in October?
I mean, me, as a human being, my personal life, forget about money. Whatever Moist Critical puts out there, doesn't affect me. I go to work like everybody else. I have other things that I do, other businesses that I run. I'm a man who works.
Also, just seeing that is absolutely pathetic. How he is as a whole, he's gonna be in jeopardy.
This says he threatens Moist Critical. Let's see what this is.
If he isn't at your local drive-thru asking if you want to upsize your meal or add fries to that order, he's on stream acting like a complete POS. And I know people said he's currently hit rock bottom, but for my Minecraft...
Alright, so it says, last night apparently on Gideon's stream, OCD Gamer and a couple other people got into a Discord call and eventually Six Erican joined, and they were all freaking out about the fact that Charlie got thousands in super chats and dono messages telling him to look into this guy. I'm just curious if there's even a little truth to this. If so, that's huge. It says that he is a PDF file. He abuses copyright on YouTube, and overall is just an annoying cock sneeze and waste of space. Sounds like YouTube drama, so that'd be a no, since he said he's not making YouTube drama videos anymore. So Moist Critical came out and said he's not doing YouTube drama videos anymore. He said he was going to look into it, but I don't know if he's going to decide to make a video about it or not. Who the fuck cares? Who even are these people? Why should anyone care? Never heard of any of these people in my life. People are so over-concerned about random-ass drama. Doubt he'll make a video on it. He's trying to get away from YouTuber drama. He mentions having some good news in response to a dono from another CC that got struck down by... Oh, so he copyright strikes people, I guess. Kid Panda. Don't know if that'd be a video specifically. We'll see.
I feel like this is the bedrock.
This is Kid Panda. We're watching.
Significantly deeper than that by threatening Moist Critical, Charlie, Penguin Z0 on stream. Yeah, I think he's completely done. Okay, there's no turning back. There's no coming back. And I don't know why he thinks he's some macho character who...
Just get to the video. That's it.
Basically invincible. That's not going to happen at all. He's talking this big talk.
YouTube and people around YouTube love Moist Critical.
Puffing his chest out saying that there's nothing that Charlie can do. Well, I'll do the work I want to do. And for you guys, for PC to bring better content for y'all. Hope you
that's it.
Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Stepping stones. Did you know you can see the Great Wall of China from space? Did you realize that? You know how many steps it costs to walk to the top? It costs a lot. You gotta give time. You gotta give energy to be in a place that I am in life, a position of higher authority, to live amongst the upper echelons of society. That ain't for all of you. Not everyone deserves this. Not everyone gets to be Batman. Not everyone gets to be the man in the mask. Difference is I've climbed it 6 times. Up and down.
This just seems stupid right now.
Difference is
Moefficient says hashtag no justice for 6 Arakin.
Hashtag everybody hashtag justice for 6. Everybody hashtag justice for 6 Arakin because I've been wrong in the court of law. Trust me, my enemies, they're pissed. YouTube scene, I've got them like this. Lock. 3 cojones on lock. That's plain simple. You're against me to wake up in the morning like this, go straight down the toilet.
Alright, I'm tired of this. Check this out. Internet anarchists is showing the CoffeeZilla, how CoffeeZilla destroyed the Hawk2a scams. The Hawk2a scam still going on, right? And Haley Welch came out and made a tweet that CoffeeZilla was lying about her, even though he had all the receipts, even though he had everything going on. Yeah, I don't know.
With a random meme launching her into stardom and giving her brand deals, paid appearances, and even a podcast, you'd think the Hawk2a girl, aka Haley Welch, would be satisfied with getting everything she ever wanted. However, one greedy leap into the realm of crypto meme coins landed her in every shady influencer's worst nightmare. An investigation from CoffeeZilla.
Nobody's here for me, everyone's here for you. Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day 1 so people could dump on Haley Welch's fans?
So he basically called out everything that was going on, right? And most of it was tied back to friends of friends accounts, right? And they just did a rug pull.
And how involved was she really?
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be going over the web of lies and controversy surrounding the Hawk2a meme coins and its creators. How they manipulated fans into giving them millions of dollars, tried to cover it up, and immediately got exposed by CoffeeZilla. For a bit of context, Haley's rise to fame was sparked by a viral clip from a street interview.
Oh, we know this.
She's a national treasure. Keep this woman safe. Imagine for the rest of your life being known as an Instagram post from Tim and D TV. This led fans to a Facebook post from the account Fathead Threads, which featured Haley signing and promoting their apparel collaboration. While the meme continued to go viral in the preceding months, Haley didn't seem eager to capitalize on her newfound fame. Initially, Haley didn't make any social media posts or product launches, which led users to believe the Hawk2a soundbite was all they were going to get out of. By the 3rd of September 2024, Haley would return to the internet with
Talk to a
the announcement
podcast,
of a weekly Talk podcast. Reading, y'all kept asking, what's next? Well, this is it. I'm so thankful to have my own podcast where you'll discover the real Haley Welch. I'm delighted to join the team at Better, who fully gets me. Together, we're going to introduce the world to Hawk2a every Tuesday. Over on YouTube, Haley was trying to increase the hype for her brand with a rather uncanny promotional video that played into the fact that she was stretching an 8-second clip into a full career.
She's literally doing anything to stay relevant.
Does anyone actually give a fuck about her?
Why are we keeping this girl relevant?
Your 15 minutes are up. Your joke was funny for 2 days. Stop.
Y'all really thought I was done? I'm just getting started, baby.
It smells warm.
Yeah.
What's one move in bed that makes a girl go crazy?
Unfortunately for Haley, fans didn't seem to enjoy the overplayed meme anymore as they heavily disliked-bombed the video and flooded it with harsh comments, such as, hanging out with the worst influencers makes me hate her more. She really said the biggest meme of all time on the bio. Nah, the 15 minutes of fame caught her, as well as, imagine milking a 30-second meme with a podcast.
That's what I think. Why are we still promoting her? Like, it was funny. It was a joke. It was whatever. What...
Having a podcast
what did she bring to the table?
Disliked by her audience would become a running theme on Haley's YouTube channel, and only seemed to get worse with each upload. Despite the overwhelming negativity, the Hawk2a podcast reached number 3 on the US Spotify charts within the first month of its launch. What's even more strange is how the podcast managed to stay in the top 5 for several months after. One could imagine that the rapid growth of the podcast would be enough for Haley and the companies promoting her, but sadly, that wasn't the case, as Haley and her team decided to monetize the meme in the worst way possible. On the 6th of November 2024, Haley would publish a tweet showing her wallet and announcing her plans to launch a meme coin of her own. Naturally, the community was revolted by the possibility of another crypto pump and dump, and even speculated that
Hawk2a girl was going to do a coin. They assembled KOLs for it, but then it kind of fell apart. They wanted me on, supposedly, she's going to farm us.
Haley had every intention to scam her fans, with a tweet from expert crypto investigator Zach XBT stating, "We were warned," with Haley replying, "Fake news, but appreciate you trying to protect the community." Instead of addressing the concerns of her fans, Haley labeled it as fake news and went on to launch her coin a few weeks later.
Oh yeah, if I launch a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet. I'll give you my wallet. Okay. Are you sure you're gonna launch? I don't know. I'm not a big fan about meme coins. I love crypto, but you can make some money from it. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Along with this,
yeah, you can make some money from it by taking it from other people.
Haley and the Web3 platform on here began offering fans spots on the allow list to receive free tokens when it goes live. On the sign-up page, the team behind the Hawk coin reassured fans of the project's legitimacy with claims like, "Hawk isn't just a meme coin, it's a part of the culture. Haley is using her meme to unite her entire community. Hundreds of thousands of non-crypto users will be onboarded by Hawk because Haley is making it easy, fun, and engaging." By the 4th of December 2024, those claims would be proven false once the coin actually hit the market, and the community's worst nightmare would become a reality. Within an hour of its launch, the Hawk coin price increased by 900% with a market cap of $490 million, and then dropped by 90% shortly after, all while Haley is hyping up the coin on Twitter.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
Hawkcoin's launch had all the telltale signs of a pump and dump, and it wasn't long before everyone behind the token was facing serious scrutiny. In the comments of a Twitter post, the crypto analysis software Bubble Maps would write, FYI, your team is keeping 96% of Hawkcoin supply in 10 connected addresses. You might not be aware of this since you're new to crypto, but it's worth bringing to your attention. In an effort to sway public opinion,
that was Bubble Maps.
Haley and her team would organize a Twitter space to discuss the incident. However, things didn't go as planned.
This is when CoffeeZilla hops in and calls them out.
To pin the blame on quote snipers while seemingly reading off a script full of influencer buzzwords.
Hey y'all, it's Haley, and I just want to say thank you for joining my space, and I also want to thank you for my 15,000 holders. We got sniped.
Wait. This wasn't pre-recorded? Bullshit. So she 1,000% is reading off a script.
While seemingly reading off a script full of influencer buzzwords.
Hey y'all, it's Haley, and I just want to say thank you for joining my space, and I also want to thank you for my 15,000 holders. We got snipe botted today, but we didn't sell a single token. This is just a launch, and I want to tell you I'm here to stay. The plan is to give these coins to my real fans, the ones that...
Yeah, we can tell you're reading some. I've slowed this down to normal speed. You're definitely reading this.
Buy my merch, watch my podcast, donate to my charity. And I also wanted to tell you that I learned a lot along the way, but I just want to say
that I learned a lot along the way. And I also want to say I learned a lot along the way, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Screw the sniper bots, and I'm not going anywhere.
Shortly after, Haley's co-host
Jesus
how the launch was set up and explained why it definitely wasn't a pump and dump.
Yo, Haley, they try to fuck us. It's all good. It's all good. Let them know you're here to fucking. You're not here to get sniper botted all day. You're not
sniper botted.
Here to get fucked.
Gee golly.
We're here to have fun. We're here to meme. And most of those coins, by the way, are going to your community for free. There was only like 3%. That's why everyone's like, oh, 97% is bundled. 3% was in the pool. That 97% is all on chain. Yes, there was a strategic allocation that was done through SAFs for people outside the United States of America because of all the security laws. So yes, 17% of the supply was taken from that was paid for. There was a strategic allocation, and those tokens, those people can do whatever they want. They're not from the U.S. They can do whatever the fuck they want with those tokens.
Even going as far as claiming that the critics were mentally ill.
So if you want to be part of this meme community, dope. If not, if you want to just, I'm gonna say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space.
Okay.
Crypto brings the mentally.
And I just want to say, I'm here to stay.
Ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill, and I'm gonna count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now, right? I'm definitely mentally ill. I do love it. I do love memes. I do have a passion for this stuff. I try not to be on X like I used to because it's just a bunch of miserable people trying to farm engagement and hate.
When Haley entered,
the best thing she could do right now is come out and say, "Look, I'm dumb. I don't know what crypto is." Fire all these people immediately, and then come out and say, "Look, I'm dumb. They told me that we could do this, that they were going to protect it, but I don't even know how to buy and sell crypto." But as long as she keeps backing those people and reading their fucking scripts, she's just as bad as they are. And then she needs to donate that fucking money she made on fees and all that shit, right?
Their associates were done explaining, a certain YouTube investigator would take the stage and started hitting them with some hard-hitting questions about their token.
Happy to answer any questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey guys.
Let CoffeeZilla.
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on.
Why is that? She said this is one of the most. He said this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life. Then why the fuck are you on? What did you think he was gonna go? He was gonna come pat you on the back?
Chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading.
Dude, I don't know why your comment just reminded me of this. That fucking, obviously, I don't have any empathy for someone who's coming to meet a child for sex. Okay? Obviously. No one does. You're not going to find anybody, any normal person is going to be like, yeah, cheer on the pedophiles, right? But I saw a fucking clip of a stream today where Vitali, they catfished a predator, allegedly. I have no idea how they do this, but they catfished a predator, allegedly, making him eat shit out of a toilet. Like, don't you think those streams have kind of gotten out of hand? And he's even saying it. Like, I told you, chat, this will be the biggest. Everyone's going to get bigger, better, newer. He made him pick up shit, a turd out of the toilet, and fucking eat it. At some point, this is torture and basically kidnapping. They tell them they can leave at any time, but they're going to call the cops. We've seen ones where they like fucking just, that one guy kicked that dude in the fucking head, like point blank, just kicked him in the fucking head. They just beat the shit out of the guy. They're basically holding him with threats against his life in the house, and now they've got him eating shit. And that's a clip from a kick stream. He live streamed it all. Shit's fucking wild, dude. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but one day they're gonna get somebody that's fucking packing or some shit, and it's going to be an explosive ending when all this shit blows up.
Directly linked to y'all's creator account? What are you guys doing?
No, that's not true. That's
That is true. That's a fact.
It's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We can answer that.
you know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens going directly from the main account.
Coffeezilla, just chill for a second.
For most of the call, Haley's co-host would continue to evade Coffeezilla's questions and even directly antagonize him at times.
Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making fees?
So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteor pools, and that goes to the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
how much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns it.
You know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands?
Meteora is like a company, right? For like making meme coins. You guys want to make a meme coin? The CBC coin or cold beer coin or something?
Hire directors. You think this stuff pays for itself?
Things would devolve into Haley and her co-host shouting at Coffeezilla whenever he presented them with relevant points or evidence.
You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
No, you're not. You're talking over me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3% to the Meteora pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation
So 3% went to the pool, 17% unlocked.
Locked day one from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like,
we just talked about that last night.
What the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam. And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
Smoke alarm. So who pays you, Coffeezilla? Let's.
Ooh, turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. Nobody's here for me. Everyone's here for you.
When the Hawktois team couldn't take the heat anymore, they decided to end the conversation by muting Coffeezilla.
Where did the
and then she went to bed as soon as someone else bucked up against her.
Go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Haley Welch's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much money is she making from all this? What's her cut? I just got muted.
Eventually, Haley would get sick of the questions from other speakers and just leave the space entirely.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
In Haley's mind,
the guy that was asking the question was just like, okay. They were talking about the fees and how much money is made on fees, and he's legitimately asking her and the creators a question, and she's like, hey, hate to interrupt you. Thanks for coming on. I'm going to bed. Big yawn. Oh, I was supposed to yawn. I wasn't supposed to read that. I was supposed to actually yawn.
Entire Hawk controversy was something she could put on hold and walk away from. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation was much more grim, as hundreds of millions of dollars was on the line and holders of the coin were already involving regulating authorities.
By the way, there's a bunch of lawyers. So I'm already getting ads. I guess where I covered this or looked it up or some shit, I'm getting targeted ads on social media that ask me if I was scammed by the Hawktua meme coin and to contact or to fill out this form to contact the law offices of blah, blah, blah. This is an attorney, you know, the disclosure statement they have at the bottom. Could Hawktua girl be arrested for a crypto scam? Hawktua girl Haley Welch could be arrested for crypto scam. Here's how. Hawktua girl responds as people call for her to be jailed with fans losing life savings. Hawktua girl crypto scam. Could she go to prison?
authorities. In his video titled Exposing the Hawk Twa Scam, CoffeeZilla outlined the deceptive strategies used behind the token's launch and the devastating impact it had on the community.
And I just want to show you exactly how the Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token. And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys. They sold them to a bunch of investors with a pre-sale, and then those people were unlocked immediately upon launch. So you can see that with her tokenomics here. It says Haley's locked for 12 months, but you can see the strategic allocation is fully unlocked immediately on token.
The 17% strategic allocation. If they didn't want this to sell, then it wouldn't have been unlocked the way it was as soon as launch happened. They can't say we were sniped. We were botted and sniped. Why did you have this percentage unlocked immediately?
Now, I spoke to some people who bought into this pre-sale. They say they got in at $16.69 million total valuation, which means that if they sold out the whole 17%, you're looking at about $2.8 million raised by pre-selling these tokens. So it's essentially a lie to say her team didn't sell tokens. Well, they pre-sold them, and then those investors dumped on your fans. That's the problem. Because BubbleMap says we found 285 investors join the Hawk pre-sale. That's about what I saw as well. 89 wallets sold 100%.
So basically, you basically have your fans invest, so these investors that did the pre-sale could take their money.
On launch, 47 sold, over 50%. Anyway, you can see in total, $3.3 million were sold. Again, as you'll see, on mostly Haley Welch's fans, or Hawk Tuah Girls fans. And I know what you're thinking. Who falls for this? Well, unfortunately, with situations like this, they're not targeting crypto bros. They're mostly targeting, like, actual fans who've never been involved in, the crypto space before.
Insider trading wasn't the only scam at play, as they profited off the exorbitant trading fees throughout the Hawk coin's release.
Now, the other part of this
is actually really good. He put together a good internet anarchist, does good videos. He explains the situation around. He has all the clips together. It's in a format that's easy to understand. It's not super long videos. He has a good channel.
Scam that I really need to break down because people don't understand it exactly is the fee scam, okay? When this launched, they had 15% fees on trading. They said that this was to stop snipers, but basically what this means, and because the team now blames snipers for a lot of this rug pull, but what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours, they made almost $2 million from this fee. Meanwhile, on Deck Screener, you can see...
And they claimed that this fee was supposed to stop the snipers, the people they claimed did this. So why... If it didn't stop the snipers, why have the fee?
Sniper, which is the #1 trader on this coin, they made about $1.3 million in their total profits and loss. So they actually made less in total profits. This sniper that ruined.
So the #1 sniper that did all this made less than the company did in fees.
The project than the team made on fees.
While Haley's meme status was the driving force behind the project, the individuals that assisted in helping her launch the coin should also be held accountable.
Is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have Hawk Tuah Girl, who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy Doc Hollywood, who is like Howie Mandel's like son-in-law or something like that. Like he's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be the guy connecting Hawk Tuah Girl with crypto. And he said he was teaching her a meme coin class, okay? And he goes unhinged on a call. 3, you have the guys running the crypto token, and 4, you have the insiders who paid money to get early access to this coin, and then are rug pulling a lot of Haley Welch's fans.
What do you want to bet that the insiders, these overseas investor bot snipers, whatever the fuck they want to call them, are they all related? Close to friends of other influencers that she wants to make money, right? That's where all the money went.
You want to make a bet? Who you exactly want to assign blame to is up to you. A lot of people are saying, oh, she didn't know any better. She's getting taken advantage of. Maybe, or maybe she's making a ton of money. Talking about Hawk Tuah.
In the pinned comment, CoffeeZilla would leave a response from Haley's lawyer, stating, I watched the video. Just to clarify, the 50% of net proceeds mentioned was from the allocation of tokens, 10% locked for 1 year with a 3-year vest thereafter, and wouldn't be realized until when she sold them. Out of her 50%, she would have to pay her non-crypto team too. So in reality, she would likely only hold 3.5% of the tokens withdrawn, if at all, on the above schedule. I think a comment from one of CoffeeZilla's viewers summarizes the situation perfectly. The current meme cycle: 1, become a meme; 2, start a stupid crypto coin; 3, rug pull; 4, lie about said rug pull; 5, get exposed by Coffee. Regardless of who the masterminds behind the project were, all of those involved will likely face varying levels of legal action. As citizens of the internet, we can only hope that a regulator will see this and want to make an example out of Haley Welch. While she might not fully understand...
It's time to bring this under control. I know there's people that are like, if you're stupid enough to do this, if you're stupid enough to do that, it's time to bring this under control. It shouldn't even be a thing that you can do. It shouldn't... Oh, shit. It shouldn't be a thing that you could do. People ought to be afraid to do it. Right? They ought to be afraid to do it because they'll go to fucking prison. There's been a wild amount of FUD. I hate the word FUD. Okay? I hate it. They use it to cover up their bullshit. So whenever you bring up something negative about someone's crypto or coins or speculation or meme coin or what rug pull, They call it FUD. It stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And this is a way just to dismiss everybody from bringing up valid criticism. So you rug pulled this. No, this is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We're going to be here for the long haul for Haley's fans. No, you rug pulled it. Let us explain. The main piece going around at X is that 96% cluster seen on bubble maps, which shows that Hawk tokens are being sent by the deployer addresses to the related addresses, according to the tokenomics that was published. There was other 3% was seeded into Meteora LP and burned. 300 million Hawk plus 2598 Solana equals 1.2 million US dollars at 20 M FDV. We also seeded 0.3% into Radium Pool. Haley's team has sold absolutely no tokens. No, it's just the people that you pre-sold to. You pre-sold them. Haley's team has sold absolutely no tokens whatsoever. Haley's team has 10% allocation, which is locked for 1 year, invested over 3 years. The rest of the tokens are distributed into different wallets as according to the tokenomics. More details to follow, but for now, we invite the community to reply with other concerns as they have, and this has a community notes on it that says, the team and insiders have actually been selling their tokens since launch. A majority have never purchased anything and have only sold the tokens they were given. So it's not even bad enough that they had to buy the coin, take a little bit of risk, and then rug pull it, right? Like sell it at the all-time peak and shit on everybody. They were giving it for free. They have $0 invested in it, while her fans are investing money, and they're pulling that money directly from them. Haley is lying and will likely have to talk to a judge about this. Damn. I wouldn't have shared this, Haley, with that community notes attached. I would delete it. If you shared it before it was on there, I would have deleted it.
Meme coin is love. My Hawk meme coin is love. My Hawk meme coin is love. My Hawk meme coin is love.
You can make a meme coin pretty easily. We could make one just to fuck around with it. Like, obviously, it wouldn't do any good to fucking rug pull it. I don't have a large enough audience or people that would be invested in it, but we could make one just to fuck around with it. It's not that complicated. If you want to learn about it, when I want to learn about some shit, I like to just dive into it, see what happens. A timeline of the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson and search for his killer, the smiling killer. There you go. His name is Robert Paulson. The search for the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's killer since Thompson was ambushed Wednesday outside the Midtown Manhattan Hotel has stretched beyond New York City while still looking to identify the suspect. The FBI has offered a $50,000 reward for information leading to his arrest and conviction. That's on top of a $10,000 reward offered by the NYPD. So a total of $60,000. The gunman used a fake ID and paid cash during the 10 days he was in the city. NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kennedy told reporters Friday he also kept his face covered except while checking in at a hostel. He was captured on some of the thousands of surveillance cameras blanketing Manhattan, allowing police to build a timeline of his movements. Here's what we know so far. November 24th at 10:11 p.m., the suspected shooter arrives in New York City on a Greyhound bus at the Port Authority terminal. The bus originated in Atlanta and made 6 or 7 stops on the way to New York. Police could not immediately determine where he got on the bus. The man then takes a taxi to the area of the New York Hilton Midtown and is there for about half hour. 11 p.m. The man takes a taxi to the High New York City Hostel at 891 Amsterdam Avenue, where he stays until the morning of the shooting. He presents an ID that police believe to be fake. 2 roommates in a shared room that had bunk beds never saw his face, police said, because he kept his mask on. When speaking with an employee in the hostel, he briefly pulled down his face mask and smiled, a moment captured on surveillance images that have been widely circulated by police. November 29th, the man was checked out of the hostel, where guests are automatically checked out if they don't show at the desk by a certain time. Police don't believe he stayed someplace else and checked back into the same hostel the next day. December 4th, at about 5:30 a.m., the suspected shooter leaves the hostel well before dawn. 5:41 a.m., he appears on the video at 54th Street and 6th Avenue, walking back and forth in an area of the Hilton Hotel where United Healthcare's parent company, United Health Group, is holding its annual investor conference. This is another big deal here, right? Like he wasn't just walking in the office. He wasn't on vacation. He wasn't going to meet with the advisor. He was literally there to tell investors how they're going to make them another $1 billion this year on top of what they're already making. Police deduced that he rode a bicycle to the Hilton because it took such a short time to get there. Could he have stolen the bike? These are things to look into. We are still looking into. Originally, they said he took one of those electric bikes they rent or whatever, but apparently they retracted that. At some point, he went to a nearby Starbucks and purchased a bottle of water and at least one energy bar before returning to the hotel. At 6:44 a.m., he shoots Thompson. As the executive arrives alone, on foot, having walked from a hotel across the street, the man flees. 6:48 a.m., the man enters Central Park by bicycle at the 60th Street and Center Drive entrance. It's in the park and away from security cameras that police believe he discards that. There was that gray backpack is kind of significant. It's not like just a normal gray backpack. The way it's made is stands out, right? It'd be easy to identify. The backpack seems to disappear while he's in the park, and potentially the murder weapon as well. He leaves the park at West 77th Street and Central Park West, still on the bicycle. So he spends 8 minutes in the park. He passes another camera on 85th Street and Columbus Avenue, still on the bicycle. 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later, he's at 86th Street, no longer at the bicycle. So somewhere between 85th and 86th, he drops the bicycle. 7:04 a.m., he enters a taxi. 4 minutes later, he enters a taxi northbound at 86th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. 26 minutes later, he's near the George Washington Bridge and the bus terminal there. It offers commuter service to New Jersey and Greyhound routes to Philadelphia, Boston, and Washington. After the attack, investigators find the words deny, defend, and depose, written in permanent marker, on ammunition at the scene. The words mimic a phrase used by the insurance industry critics. That would be the 3 Ds of insurance, which is delay, deny, defend. December 6th. Kenny and Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch revealed the investigators believe the gunman left New York City on a bus. Investigators say he entered the George Washington Bridge bus station, but have not found video of him leaving or getting on a bus. It could possibly be a disgruntled employee or a disgruntled client. We all know what it is. Kenny says of a possible motive in a briefing. Police find what they say is the man's backpack. Its contents are not disclosed. Oh, I didn't know they had found the backpack yet, but they found the backpack. Police continue to search Central Park. Scuba divers, so apparently they didn't find the murder weapon if they got scuba divers, are on scene scouring a pond. The NYPD releases additional photos showing the suspected shooter next to and in the back seat of a taxi. In both images, he is seen wearing a blue medical-style face mask. Despite recovering a fingerprint from a Starbucks purchase and sending items for DNA testing, police have yet to publicly identify the suspect. Scuba divers again now on the 8th. That's yesterday? No, that's today. We're after midnight. Scuba divers are again seen at Central Park Pond. Police declined to comment on the investigation. So that's all we know so far. But they do have, New York City has a shit ton of cameras. A shit ton of cameras. And he's seen on quite, I don't think, this whole professional thing, I don't think he would have pulled down his face mask in this way and smiled at him or whatever. I don't know. I think he's probably just thought about this. He's probably been very, very, very upset about this, of whatever caused him to do this, right? And he probably planned it out well. There he is in the taxi. Same guy. The George Washington bus station. New York City Community Affairs enter New York City hostel. So this is the outside of the hostel. Thursday, where police say suspecting the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson may have stayed. He's not in this. This is just the bus station. New York City police officer walks through the brush and foliage at Central Park near 64th Street and Central Park West Friday, December 6, 2024 in New York. I don't know. Dude, I am losing so much empathy. Like, I shared this over on Discord today. Someone found this from a comment section that was talking about this shooting, okay? Look at this comment. It says, one former Cigna executive recalled how the U.S. health insurer used to frequently face threats when claims were denied. And this is a quote from someone who spoke to the media about threats they get. And it says, we'd have times when you deny proton laser therapy for a kid with seizures and the parent would freak out. Imagine paying however old your kid is, 6, 7, 8, 15 years of insurance. And the doctor tells them, hey, we need a therapy for your kid. Proton lasers are also used, proton laser therapy is also used for, I thought it was only used for cancer, but maybe it's used for seizures as well. Imagine your kid's sick and you've been paying for this and they're denying care that your child needs. And then when you freak out on them, they're like, I just don't understand it. People freak out when we deny health services for their children. It's one thing if I'm like paying insurance and shit and they're like, no, we can't do that. It's just too expensive. We want you to do that. It's a whole nother thing when a child that I've been paying for insurance for at the beginning of their fucking life and they need something, their doctor recommends it, we get referrals for it, and you're like, nah, I don't think so. Proton laser therapy is a technology that uses a laser to generate proton beams for cancer treatment. And he says another industry executive said, what's most disturbing is the ability of people to hide behind their keyboards and lose their humanity. If you start denying services for my kid who has some type of illness, whether terminal or not, you're not going to have to, I'll bring the keyboard with me to smack your fucking teeth in. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's only so long you can keep doing shitty stuff like this. You guys are despicable. And hand over fist make more money than any other industry in the fucking world. And denying claims for people's kids. So I don't know that the guy's a hero. I know there's people making him out to be a hero. They're even selling merch. Let's see if we can find some of the merch. Some of it's pretty cool. But I'm losing a whole lot of empathy for fucking billionaires doing their fucking thing and fucking over everybody else every step of the way.
No.
Companies with investors are worried about their investors. They don't give a fuck about you. I wanted to see, there's somebody's got a tattoo of it. There was some merch being sold on the TikTok shop. It wasn't a bad looking shirt. She was like, let's see if I can find it in my recent video. Oh, here it is.
So they got a
deny, defend, depose. There's a shirt they're selling on TikTok shop right now.
pure shirt now. Defend, deny, defend, depose.
Dude, I've said since we started this channel, I probably haven't said it in a while, but everybody's a couple bad decisions. I personally, I know I am. Maybe you're not. But I can guarantee you right now, I can come up with hundreds of scenarios in my head. Like if this happened and then this happened, I would be on a video game murder spree in a video game. Like, if these two things fell out of place, that's it. I'll see you guys on the news. That's all I can tell you. Like, you can't keep fucking with people and then expect these people to just sit by while you're claiming record profits every fucking year.
They got somebody's out here making pew pew shirts now. What the heck? I mean, the shirt looked dope though. It looked like it would be like on a tattoo or something. It's cool though. It's some cool art. It would be like some cool art. Maybe put as a mural in New York.
It's a good looking shirt. Oh, there was another video that showed it like, here's the artwork it looks like. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, they animated it. There was once a fictional character named the Adjuster who made all kings hear the unheard and started a movement they could not stop. This is all AI images, I think. Why is he going after Fruit Loops, bro? What the fuck did Toucan Sam do? You better get him out of there. Get him some fucking security. Why they got him going after Fruit Loops, bro? Yes, they stepped over his fucking body. They stepped over their CEO's body to hold the investor meeting. Kicked some bullet casings out of the way and tried not to track in blood. They don't give a fuck about that guy. They're all on the mainstream media and from their high horses on social media telling us, you guys shouldn't be joking and laughing about this. You motherfuckers, this good friend of yours, who we should take so serious and be so upset about, fucking died in the street, and you stepped over the crime scene to have your investor meeting. You can't tell me shit about how I should feel about it. I don't know why he went after Fruit Loops. Dude, I like Fruit Loops. Can we leave Fruit Loops out of this? I wonder how long before Phil does a live stream and mentions the 3 words and tries to take credit for it. Yes. I hate how anytime you bring up the disparity between like the fucking 1% and normal everyday fucking people like us, you get labeled as some like fucking radical socialist, communist, fucking anarchist, blah, blah, blah. It's insane. The disparity between the two is fucking insane. And it's never enough. It's never enough. Oh, we made record profits with $7.6 billion. We're going to make $9 billion next year. It's never enough.
Deny.
Oh, that's some music?
Deny. Depose. Defend. A businessman met early and left his lonely widow crying in the fence. Certainly tens of people cry.
You cannot make me feel sorry for this guy. I don't know. You can't do it anymore. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying everybody should take action like this. But I can imagine a scenario right now where I would feel like doing the same thing.
In trailers and in shelters and in pens, I rake the leaves all in my yard. More just fall abreast of them. I hope we get the rest of them. Hope we get the rest of them. His graves.
Oh, that's crazy, Professor.
Don't bear.
Work all your life and think you can fucking retire, and then it's not enough.
Late. They show a smiling picture.
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck you do when you... Like, what the fuck is your goal? Dude, if you told me... They're like, okay, we're gonna make you the president of this fucking company, and you're gonna make fucking $500 million. That'd be my last fucking job I ever worked, right? Like, I'm just done. Why do I need $13 billion? When you get to the point where you can buy anything that you want, and you'll never, your kids, their kids, their kids, and their kids will never have to worry about anything. The fuck is the game anymore, dude? I told my wife the other day that I'd fucking probably have to work till lunch on the day of my funeral. I had to start late.
On the evening news at 8, saying violence ain't the answer. When will people learn? But in a million different churches, a million candles burn for a million different people who waited for their turn. In Baltimore and LA and in New York and in Houston and in Gaza and in Haiti and all across the planet, when your only claim to freedom is easily denied. You work yourself.
This is the reason people want to talk shit about universal health care and shit, and how like, well, this country has long wait times and that country it's not so good, and this country that bullshit. We are America, right? Most people believe the greatest fucking country in the world. We could have the greatest healthcare system. The problem is it makes too much fucking money. It makes too much fucking money. No one's going to give up that money just to help out regular people, because we're not the deciders of things. They are. And why would you cut off your revenue stream when all you're worried about is making that next fucking million or that next billion for investors?
To death just to keep yourself alive. Haven't picked a gun up since 1965. Changes that they promised us.
Well, you're just retarded if you think that's the problem. If you think that United Healthcare made $22 billion fucking dollars last year, and the problem is medical care for immigrants, then you're just fucking retarded. I don't know what to tell you.
The rich men all.
They're sitting here with $22 billion in their profits and saying, well, the real problem with healthcare is those other people who got it. Those other poor people who got healthcare. That's who you should really be mad about. Not us. Not us. With $22 billion in profit. It's not us. It's those other poor people beside you. Go yell at them. Have you heard people get food stamps? What about the people who get Section 8? You heard of those people? You should be really fucking pissed at those people.
All attest to them, I hope.
What about those people in Ukraine that are being fucking murdered by Russian soldiers? Be mad at them, but not us making $22 billion in fucking profits.
We get the rest of them. Hope we get the rest of them. Deny, depose, defend.
I'm sure she wrote a lovely song. I missed most of it. Is that Elon Musk? Oh, it's an AI video. Mark Zuckerberg running. It's a tactic. It's a tactic of the rich. Here's something I can never wrap my head around. A lot of my family is poor, right? Either had government assistance at one time, still on government assistance, had to use government assistance at some point, or take handouts or donations or pick up a third job or couldn't get I grew up having light bills cut off. My dad didn't work all fucking winter. He would be laid off because it was a seasonal job. He worked doing construction, right? So all winter we were just poor as fuck. He'd pick up like 3 or 4 other fucking jobs. We'd go to food banks to get food and shit. And the people that pulled the strings told us to be mad at other poor people. Told us to be mad at other fucking poor people. Most of my extended family still look down on people that need fucking benefits, that need help, that take benefits. Like, why the fuck? What the fuck? One fucking healthcare company made $22.3 billion last year. And I'm supposed to be mad about people going to the ER and not paying their fucking bill? Holy shit. I don't even know if I could show this. That's fucking getting graphic there. Damn. I didn't see anybody get shot, but still, he was chasing down all the CEOs they could find.
I know there's a lot of chatter of the insensitivity that people are demonstrating for the loss of the CEO of United Health. Well, 4 years ago, at the height of the pandemic, my mother was due for a routine gallbladder.
I've been there before. Like, because I grew up in this, you guys know, like, back in the day, like, I supported Trump the first time around, right? Voted for him twice. I've been there. I grew up with a mentality that it was, like, shameful to need help and shameful to need assistance, and that I would hear people that I was in direct communication with being like, oh, yeah, well, she has all those kids and she just does it for food stamps. Like, looking down on fucking people like that and shit. And that was my mentality because that's what I grew up in. But nobody's ever looking at the fucking top, dude. No one's ever looking at the top. All the poor people are supposed to hate each other because this poor person costs us more taxpayer money. What the fuck, dude? It's just mind-blowing.
Bladder removal surgery. It's going to be very routine, very easy, in and out kind of process. Well, because of the conditions of her pre-existing health and her age, it was going to be highly recommended that she was going to stay overnight. Well, what was supposed to be slightly under a $3,000 bill to keep her overnight was going to turn into a $5,000 plus because of the whole COVID restriction, regulations, what have you. Well, in short, she was denied because it was not a part of her health care. Granted that she was bouncing between Cigna and Medicaid. And also, it was just very sad because they released her that same day. About 6 hours later, my brother had put her to bed and checked up on her every hour and so forth. Well, shortly after that, she passed away.
And you can tell, like, the media's in on it, right? They're like, oh, they do. You remember when they used to do stories like on welfare queens? Like this person getting government subsidies and, or these people can't pass a drug test, but they get food stamps, or why they having more kids. They would do these stories, like exposés on these fucking people. So you found one fucking person that learned how to abuse the system. But you've got every fucking company within the system abusing the system.
She passed away because there was neglected care for her age and pre-existing health conditions. They should have kept her overnight. And they would not approve it. They also wouldn't approve it because of COVID. And because of COVID, it increased what the bill would have been. After her autopsy report, it showed that she had high blood pressure, she had a tachy heart, her cortisol levels were high. All the bells and whistles of why someone should have been kept overnight to be monitored to make sure that she was going to be in stable condition. On top of that, she also had an undiagnosed...
When my mom passed away, and both my mom and dad are on disability, so they had Medicare. Medicaid is like aid for like low income. Medicare is like she's on disability. And when she passed, the day she passed away, Medicare stopped paying. So my mom died in her sleep. She just quit breathing in her sleep. Probably a sleep apnea event. She wasn't wearing her oxygen like they had recommended. She would pull it off on her own. She was completely fine. She was supposed to come home in a few days before Christmas. And the only reason she was in a facility is because she had had a stroke and she was just rebuilding her strength. They were keeping her there until she could walk on her own because they have steps at their house and whatever. So she was supposed to come home in like 5 days. She went to sleep, pulled her oxygen off in the middle of the night, was laying flat on her back, ended up stopped breathing. Her Medicare stopped paying the moment she died. The moment she died. And they tried to bill my dad after she passed away, the facility that she was in for rehab, in-house rehab, tried to bill my dad because it was over 6 hours before the coroner come and picked her up. For the room that she stayed in. Like every one of you motherfuckers can catch 9 mil in the back of the head, and I'm just going to be sitting here fucking smiling. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Sleep apnea that probably played a role in her passing because my mother was a side sleeper. She was asleep on her back, and at the time of her passing, when my brother found her, she was in an upright position when she normally never sleeps like that. But my brother was trying to do all that he could to get her comfortable. So when you're watching videos and you're hearing people, and it may come off as being insensitive towards this corporate greed of all of these CEOs that are out there, especially when it comes to our health industry, this is why.
I think people are pretty upset. I don't know. Maybe I'm becoming radicalized. I don't know. It just seems to me like I don't even think people fathom like how much money that is. Right? Think about it this way. Like most people can't even fathom $1 million, much less $1 billion. So they made $22.3 billion last year. All right, if we put that into time, okay, 1 million seconds is 11 and a half days. 1 million seconds is 11 and a half days. 1 billion seconds is 31 fucking years. A billion seconds is 31 years. And they made $23 billion last year. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And what's crazy is if a health insurance company came out and just said, okay, well, we're happy just making $2 billion a year, and we're going to take the rest of that and really help our clients, they would dominate the marketplace. But they're not in a race to help you. They're in a race to make profits. So every fucking company is trying to squeeze every fucking dime out of... Do you know in the state of Tennessee that TennCare just ruled that they can decide how long a surgery should take, put a limit on that surgery, and that if the surgery goes over a certain amount of time, that they're not going to pay for the anesthesia anymore. So you could go into a surgery, you know all the times they'll have surgery, they're like, oh, it'll take about 30 minutes or take an hour or whatever. Then like 3 hours later, you're like freaking out because of complications or whatever. That you could go into a surgery thinking it's covered by your insurance and wake up owing hundreds of thousands of dollars because it wasn't quick enough. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Oh, what's this one? That one looks cool.
With everything that's going on in the world, I decided to take my hand and try to make some designs for my Redbubble shop. This...
They started calling him the Adjuster.
Called the Adjuster.
Someone called him Robin Hoodie. Your claims denied.
Like John Hood? Robin Wick. I don't know.
Like, anesthesia is extremely expensive, if you guys don't know. Anesthesiologists make a lot of money, but they basically have your life in their hands, right? They're keeping you at a level that doesn't fucking kill you and that you don't feel any pain, and it's kind of like a tightrope walk, right? And it's incredibly expensive. The reason it's incredibly expensive is because it's a standard. They basically know if they give you this much over this amount of time, this is what's going to happen, right? Because there's other drugs that are cheaper that would work, but people have different reactions to them. Some of them are stronger. Some people they don't work on at all. Some people it'll fucking kill. And it also has to keep like your blood pressure in check and your heart rate. It has to keep everything else in check at the same time. It's incredibly expensive. But for a healthcare CEO, like an insurance CEO, to decide how long a procedure should take and taking that out of the hands of the anesthesiologist and the surgeon in the fucking room is wild.
I just decided to do this design because he's out here denying claims on people's fucking right to live based on the fact that they denied other people the right to live. You know what I mean? So, till then, just enjoy this.
All these motherfuckers out here saying "fuck around and find out." They're all for the saying. They just don't like the finding out part. Like, this motherfucker just found out. I don't know what to tell you. He's done his whole life of fucking around, and he just found out.
We now know the meaning behind the words on the shell casings left at the scene of the deadly shooting of the United Healthcare CEO. Deny, defend, and depose were engraved on the bullets. And it's been reported that these words are a reference to a book that criticizes insurance companies in the US. It's called Delay, Deny, Defend: Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and
It's not a reference on a book. It's the 3 Ds of insurance. They just put it in this book.
What you can do about it. Now, Brian Thompson was the boss of the largest health insurer in the US, and the NYPD know he was specifically targeted, but at this point, they don't know why. There are a ton of theories flying around about this case, but their manhunt to find the suspect continues. We now know the meaning behind the...
All right, guys, that's your update for tonight. I'm pissed off now about health insurance and everything else. I don't know. I'm tired of being fucking poor. Let them eat cake, I suppose. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. Want to support the stream while we're recovering from the storm? You can do that at coldbeer.fund. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. We'll see you about in the next one. Have a good night.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show,
I'm about to start a revolution.
Balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
It doesn't matter if doctors are milking the system or not, right? That's a problem to take up with fucking doctors. It should never, ever, ever affect patient care. A patient isn't milking the system. It should never, ever, ever get to the point where it affects the patient. If you got to go after the doctor, you got to sue the doctor, you got to take his license, you got to fucking whatever, it should never affect the patient, ever.
Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit, swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped.
That's like saying a dump truck driver's taking too long to deliver gravel, so you only get half your gravel now.
I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers, cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen.
I think when I finally snap, I'm going to do it with a drone.
Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was.
There's also a thing that you can request if you're being denied and fucked over by your insurance and your doctor's on your side. You can do a fair review hearing. A lot of times just threatening an insurance company with a fair review hearing through your state is enough to make them change their tune. But basically you go with your doctor in front of a board, the healthcare company sends their lawyers, and you do a fair review hearing in front of your state, whoever the representative is for your state, like an inspector general or whatever. You go do that. A lot of times just saying those words that you know it, the insurance company will back off and be a lot more willing to see your side of it. Have a good night, guys.